any case we've ever seen for 20 years. The guy right here, he's been in the Bureau for 20 years, and he's never seen anything blow up in the media like this. There's no way that you could have known. But for this next part, pretty much they say, because this next part, the DNA came back to a dude. And so they, in the nicest way, say, for this next part, since the DNA came back to a dude, we want to keep moving, but it's up to you. Do you want Keith in here for this? And I think the detectives, a percentage of them do care about whether Keith's in there or not, but I think it's still strategy against Sherry. They're saying, listen, this next part, do you want Keith in there for that? And I actually think the investigators who had killed it up until this point, they get a little bit stuck in the mud with asking Sherry, do you want Keith in there? Because she's too scared to talk at this point. She's sitting there like this, and they're going, Sherry, all right, so for this next part, it came back to a dude. We don't know if you'd want Keith in here for that. And she just looks at him, or she'll look at Keith, not say anything. Keith's furious. He's moving his chair further back. What do you mean a dude? And she's just slowly moving her head back and forth so they can't get the answer that they want from her. It's like, do you want Keith in here? And she just doesn't answer. And instead of, I would have just gone, all right, well, we're just going to keep moving. Keith can be in here. It, like I said, they get a little bit stuck in the mud. This portion of it goes on for a little bit too long. And one of the investigators, or one of the detectives, he starts going on this. So for this next part, it could build up the castle. It could be benign. It could build up the castle. He's saying the news that it's a guy, and they're about ready to say it's the ex-boyfriend, and you stayed with your ex-boyfriend in Costa Mesa. But he's saying this could bring down the castle being Sherry and Key's whole life and everything. This could wreck your marriage. But he's doing this castle metaphor. He's going, this could bring down the castle, or it could bring up the castle. I don't know. So do you want him in or not? And Key goes on and on about it. It's like, should I bring down the castle? Maybe this is going to remodel the castle. And I think talking in riddles is not a good move in the interrogations. Almost all of them, there's a part where the detective goes, this could bring down the castle, or maybe it could build up the castle, or maybe it does something other than those two things with the castle. Or I watched another one recently where it's another one like this, where a guy raped and murdered a poor girl and gotten away with it for years and years, and a familial DNA caught him. But with that one, they were going, if it was your daughter and someone found DNA on that, and they're talking in all these hypotheticals and these talking in riddles, and it's like, just tell the guy, sir, your semen was found on the girl. That's why you're sitting here. There's no need for a riddle. And with this one, he's going, the castle might be destroyed, or it might be built back up. And instead of doing that, just say, listen, this next part, it could put strain on your marriage. We don't know. We don't know what Keith knows. Do you want Keith in or not? Wait 10 seconds and then just keep moving, because if they went back and forth, Sherry's too scared to say an answer. Keith is going, well, obviously I want to be in here. And Sherry's looking at him like, and she can't barely talk. And they get a little bit stuck in the castle loop. Should we build the castle up? And then finally, they say, Sherry goes, okay, can you just give us a second, which they want. And they say, okay, yeah, sure. So the detectives leave the room, leaving Keith and Sherry alone. And this is a big moment where Sherry could have come clean and said, I'm so sorry, Keith. I got problems. I wanted to be a victim, and I tried to pull off this thing. It was beyond stupid. I feel so embarrassed. I feel like I've grown so much. I feel like that was a different Sherry. I can't believe I let it go on this far, but it's over. I don't want to bring you through this anymore. I want to take responsibility, but instead it's the first double down. So the detective leaves, and she goes, and you can really just see how toxic Sherry is. She goes, I don't want them to find her. And Keith is going, what? And what she's talking about is the younger imaginary Hispanic woman that she said was nice to her and let her go.